author lounge where the stories climb high. Dr. Rhonda's in the groove where the pages touch the sky. Sip on inspiration, let the moments unwind. Every voice a horizon, new tales intertwine. From pen to passion where the art feels divine. Authors vibing together, creativity and time. So pull up your chair, let your spirit align. Horizons Author Lounge where words come alive. Welcome to Horizons Author Lounge.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm back with another episode of the Horizons Author Lounge. And I think we had a little issue, but I believe we've overcome it. So we are going to get this show started. And if you are looking at me in the vertical version, you are probably looking at me very close up. And so I'm going to back up a little bit. There. Okay. Just want to back up a little bit. I don't want y'all all up on me and everything. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday, because the Mondays are Monday-ing, but we're not going to let the Monday-ing. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a great night. Now, I do have a bit of bad news. If you came on the show expecting to see Mara Prose, unfortunately, she had a little bit of an emergency, so she will not be able to join us tonight. But we do have a special treat for you tonight, because Julia Royston is in the house, and we are going to kick it tonight. We're going to be talking about so many things, and she is going to be with us for the entire hour. So any questions that you have about building your brand as an author, any questions you have about the publishing business, this is the time to ask. So get your pen, get your paper, get your computer, get your phone, whatever it is that you need to take your notes, because there's going to be a lot. Oh, wait, somebody has questions already? Okay, so I hope it's a good question. We're about to find out. So go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and we are going to try to answer as many questions as possible. So the first thing I do want to attack before I bring on Julia is I want to touch on something that I talked about last week. I was talking a lot about authors and using AI, and I do believe in authors using AI. I wholeheartedly believe that as authors, we are building a business, and often as authors, we are building a solopreneur business. And you should use any tools that are available for you to build your business. That does not mean that you should be trying to find substitutes for you exercising your ability to write. I believe that writing should still come from your human fingers, but there's nothing wrong with getting help in certain ways, and we'll talk about that tonight, because Julia and I have talked about this at length. However, and I do see your question, how do you get your own book? We are going to discuss that as well. But I do want you to know that even after you have written your book, I'm still going to fix this camera. Okay. Even after you've written your book and you're trying to build your presence, believe it or not, you might have the most beautiful website in the world. You might have all the knowledge in the world. You might be Facebook famous, like I call it. Your book can still be invisible to AI searches. So AI has come such a long way that many times people are not even using Google anymore to find books. people are actually going into things like Perplexity, Chat GPT, Claude, and they're asking the AI bots to recommend certain books for them. And if you do not have a consistent presence on on the internet, when the bot goes to scan looking for certain books, your book can be invisible to them because you don't have a consistent presence. So you might have a beautiful website, but if you do not have an authoritative presence where you're on Goodreads, you have a good bio on Amazon, where you might have awards, where you have backlinks, where you have presence on authoritative websites, the bot is not going to recognize you, and the bot will not pick you up and actually recommend you to a reader who's looking for books like yours. So when I learned this, as I started to get deeper and deeper into how AI works, I was like, that's a travesty, because there are some authors out there with amazing work, and their books will never be found because their books are unrecognizable. So because I recognized this as a problem in the literary industry, I actually created a program called Geo Discovery, GEO, which is Generative Engine Optimization. I've created this program where I help authors to increase their visibility, so you can be recognized by these AI search bots. What it does is it actually helps to increase your visibility on platforms like Goodreads, Amazon. It helps you with your website, and so it does. It's kind of like SEO, but it actually goes further than SEO. So there's SEO and then there's GEO. So what we it goes more than just increasing your SEO, but now you want to also increase your GEO, so that way the AI bots can actually find you, so they can actually recommend you when somebody goes to look for books like yours. So I've created this program to help more people to become visible when people go to look for a book or when they go to look for a speaker. I'm actually helping my clients to become more discoverable. So if you want more information about this, all you have to do is just click that link that's in the chat right now and make an appointment, and we can talk about your current situation. We can look at what your current GEO score is and what we need to do to increase your GEO score, so we can help you to increase your visibility on these different platforms, so we can increase your chances of getting recognized and recommended to people who are looking for your books. Because I'm telling you, it's getting so serious now that people will never even click your link for your books, because the AI search bots are so good that they're recommending you without ever having to click on your links. So all they can say, hey, this is a good book, and they'll say, okay, that's the book I want. I'm gonna go to Amazon, or I'm gonna go to Barnes and Noble. I'm gonna get this book, and they never have gone to your website. But the AI search bot went to your website. They know that you're human, but it may look like your click rates have gone down because nobody clicked your website. A human didn't click your website, but the AI search bot did see your website. And that's why we need to make sure that you are visible on all platforms. And that's what I'm helping more people to do. So if you want more information on how this works, like I said, click that link, and let's talk about your current situation. I want to help more people to become recognizable, because we have Christmas coming up. People are going to be looking for gifts for their friends. We want to make sure that you are in that number. When school starts again and people are starting to look for back to school speakers, and they're looking for more people to speak to their colleges and their businesses, and they start to look for speakers, and you have not increased your GEO score enough for people to find you, you are going to be invisible. So this works for you as well. So I want to be able to help you to do that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go ahead and bring on our very special guest, Miss Julia Royston. She is ready to drop that knowledge for you. We are going to have a good time tonight. look at it, look at it. Hello.
Hey, love, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Doing
That's
really well.
good.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
for
yeah,
joining
yeah.
me tonight.
Oh my gosh, let's have this conversation. I'm all about great conversations, and especially in the industry that we're in.
Yes.
There are a lot of people jumping in, but we need to drop some knowledge and nuggets. And oh gosh, super excited about your GEO discovery. Ooh, that sounds really good and highly innovative. I'm looking forward to that. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah. We got to talk more about that because I just want to. When I learned more about that, I was like, man, I can see that happening where because people are treating Chat GPT like the new Google, and
Yeah,
if,
no,
and
no.
if that's the way that people are looking for their books and their speakers or their
Yeah,
YouTube
no.
videos or what have you, we've got to get in that. We've got to get in that number.
Well, more than anything else, besides just a search, these for me, it is helping me put somebody to work, and making it a whole lot easier because I'm not necessarily utilizing it for so much, um, just as a search engine. Uncle Google's been doing that for years. I
Mhm.
need to put somebody to work. I need to. I need somebody to come up with one of the biggest things for me is, authors do not bring book descriptions with them. They don't come
Yes.
with a full book description for the back, a full book description for the promotional flyer, a description that would be more Amazon appropriate, a even short 2 line that you can use and for social media posts. Being that having the ability to have that done like it within 5 seconds instead of sitting there for hours scratching your head is like incredible. Coming up with email sequences for rolling out for sales is just it is amazing to be able to do that to create book funnels and create funnels period if you're really serious about it because when you have the call with Dr. Rhonda, one of the parts of that with any discovery call is you need to have a vision for where you think you want to go. And
Yes.
that's really, because okay, so I'm Julia Royston. On I'm
And you
proud to
just
start
jumped right
talking.
in there, didn't you?
I did. So I'm Julia Royston. And all of my sites, all of my online stores, everything is located at julia.akroyston.com. So that's where everything for me is. But this is an exciting time for serious authors. This is an exciting time for all of us. And it just all depends. I've had authors who came and paid me money for publishing to help them publish. And they're like, I really just kind of wanted to see how it was. And I'm not really that serious. And then I've had people who wanted to build whole brands. So it just all depends on what you are and having a vision for that. Or if you don't have a vision, helping someone like Dr. Rhonda develop that vision does make a difference because we can throw all kinds of tools, honey. We rolling out AI generated um, apparatus software, everything. Canva did you see the Canva creates? Oh
Yes.
my, I haven't even
They
had a
can
chance
step
to
up their
look at the
game.
whole show. I want to be in the room one day. I'm like the one stage play, Hamilton. I want to be the room
Yes.
where it happens. I want to be in the room one year. That's on my bucket list for next year. I want to be in the room where it happens. But they have already infused. So okay, so let me just take a step back. For those of you who say I will never use AI because I'm in the Facebook groups with authors and illustrators. It's terrible. Baby, I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. That was my I'm not from New Orleans, but that's kind of my it's one of my things. Baby, AI is in everything already. So you
Yes.
may not ever subscribe to ChatGPT. You may not ever subscribe to Gemini, Copilot, Claude, Gronk, any of them. But baby, it's already infused in Google is
and you're
Gemini.
going
They've
you're going
already
to be
infused it in
left
there.
behind. And that is the thing. And here's the thing about it. It's here. And
Yeah.
nobody's saying that you have to let it take over your writing. But there's nothing wrong with using AI to help you with your business processes. If you look at my social media, I don't use it a lot to make the pretty pictures and the cute
No.
little videos. I use it to help me with my business processes.
Oh, absolutely.
If you look at my back office, that's where you'll see a lot of my AI use.
Yep. That's where we're all doing it. If you're really serious about building a brand, I mean, you're gonna over time. Okay, so I've been in this business 18 years. God
Mhm.
let me live. February 2027, it'll be 19 years. When I first started out, I had a 2-page. I even wrote about it in a book I'm working on, but in a 2-page contract because I didn't know. I just found one, adjusted and adapted it, and I didn't have but one client and myself, and so therefore, but over time there are more client requests. There are more things that people want and more protections. Yes, I do subscribe to Legal Shield. I do have access to attorneys who review what I have, which is a beautiful thing. But sometimes there's an agreement that shouldn't be in the main contract. There is an agreement that I have to have now for even taking, doing coaching. I need a coaching agreement, which is not the publishing agreement. That's not the same thing. And then I need an agreement for if you want a la carte services. Okay. If you just want one thing, you don't want the whole package. You just want me to do one thing. Well, you need agreements for that. That needs to be legal as well, legal binding as well. So those are those kinds of things. Every time, there are limits to attorney's time. There's limits to what needs to happen. And so being able to at least develop them and have them created, then have them adjusted and looked at legally from attorneys at one time, not every day. Send them something, get a collection, then send it over there, then have them look at it, then to protect yourself. Because right now, the intellectual property, having to protect that is of the utmost. I'm sorry, does somebody have a question or a
Well,
comment?
there were a couple of comments. First of all, shout out to Monique Muhammad who says she's loving the vibe here already. Thank you very much. We try to keep the vibe very chill
And
and
I gotta say, shout out to Mark. Hi, I did interview
yes,
him. It's good that you're in the room. We had a wonderful conversation, and
yes.
yes, thank you so much for being here. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and Mark also said that AI is redefining the game when it comes to enhancing the author marketing experience. And
yes,
it absolutely is. The I don't know if people realize that you can actually create an AI agent that can search for leads for you while you're asleep or while you're on vacation. It can be searching for leads for you and not only search for those leads, but actually email those leads for you and then follow up on those leads.
absolutely, absolutely. Now, and that's where you're having AI work for you. Work
Exactly.
to actually do the work for you. Now writing the story, Mark's fiction, Dr. Ron and I, we both write fiction. I like crafting my own stories. I,
Yes.
I enjoy that. That is therapeutic for me. That's how I wrote my very first book, was therapy from a major divorce back in 1994. So therefore it was, that is always therapy for me. And as many people as I enjoy helping, I get my nervous system gets a little anxious when I have been writing and have been creating on my own, one way or the other. So something will pop up, and I'll need to take notes or even dictate something. But otherwise than that, I wanted to do the work for me.
Yes.
Having a lot of, I love working with people. I have a team. I have people that I work with, but sometimes building a greater team with people responsibility is not high on my list. Building a team to be able to help you sell your books and all. Now that part I love, but the having more people, did you I never was big on the whole
I'm gonna tell you, Julia. There have been times where I have Daniel, my producer, and then
uh-huh.
I have my assistant Victor. There have been times where they have had to email me and say, "Do you need me to do something for you today?"
Yeah, I
Because
know.
as
Yeah.
long as they've been working for me, it is sometimes hard for me to delegate.
To
And I,
delegate, yes.
and I
Yes,
will
yes,
tell
yes.
you, AI has actually helped me with that because now I've started using Claude, and I'll be working on a project, and Claude will actually work on the project and say, okay, um, I've done this, this, and this. I'm going to put all of this in a Notion document, and I'm going to send this to Daniel so he can work on this for you.
Yes, yes.
So now
Yeah,
I
now AI has to remind you, it's time to turn
exactly
that booger loose, shake it loose. And I mean, that is really, that is, that saves us time so that we can study, so that we can do research, so that we can be what's coming next. Because the things and the changes, especially technologically, are changing so fast. Now,
yes.
fortunately, I have my husband, my IT department, that's keeping up with, sending me more TikTok videos than I ever want to see. And I'm like, baby, I'm getting overloaded. But I have somebody who is out there actually figuring out, okay, would this be helpful? How can we integrate this and make it even more automated and better for us? So that the whole thing of, and I have had people who have had AI completely write their book for them. I've seen that. I've had that. They told me up front. It's
I,
now a part
I've
of
had
my
people look. I've had people write forget to take the AI notes out of the book when they send it to me.
yes, and all the little chat GPT things. And
Yes.
then they've sent me illustrations that they went through somebody in Fiverr and they said, oh no, I had an illustrator. I said, boo boo. I know that look, baby. Uh-uh. They might have maybe adjusted, changed, tweaked something,
Yeah.
but I now know the AI generated images and they adjust and they whatever, and I get it. But this was not drawn from scratch.
Right.
And I said, before we move forward, I have no problem with you bringing images, but you got to tell me the truth. And you, for what you know, you didn't even know the questions to ask the illustrator. And then the illustrator realized, oh man, I done rolled up on the wrong chick. Because I
Yes.
said, hold on now. Because the thing about it is, my authors now, they have their own account. It used to old school publishers, they have, or even traditional today, the book is on their account. They have all the documents, whatever. No, for me, my business model, you have your own account. Well, my thing is, okay, love, if we put this up there, and we're not upfront with KDP or Barnes and Noble or Ingram Spark, whichever one, and not tell them, they will shut down not only that book, but they'll shut your whole account down.
Yep.
If you don't tell, I said, so you can't run that risk. And I'm not going to run that risk because it's not my account, it's yours. And I've
Right.
got to be honest with you. And so she
Well,
finally,
Amazon is
came on down and said, okay. So I said, as long as you stay up front and tell the truth, we good to go. But otherwise, no.
you have to tell the truth. Amazon is cracking down, and I don't know if a lot of authors are paying attention. Amazon right now is cracking down on the amount of books because there have been so many people who have been letting ChatGPT or AI. I'm not just going to villainize ChatGPT, but
Right.
they've been letting AI write their books for them, and there have been so many companies who have been making money on. I'm going to write your entire book for you in
Yes.
5 minutes.
Right.
And people have been uploading these books to KDP so
Yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
that Amazon has actually put a crackdown on the amount of books that you can upload per month.
Yeah. Now I haven't seen that, but Barnes and Noble said it's a max of 100 titles, and if it's not making, they went the money route. So
Right.
press.barnesandnoble.com, you should have gotten an email within the last week that said, if it's not making any money, it's not making us any money, it's not making you any money, we're subject to shut it down and take it down. I think they start either in the next 2 months, next month, or
Okay.
what otherwise. So they're like,
Okay.
if
So I
it's not
haven't heard
making
about the
money,
Barnes and Noble one, but Amazon definitely. I
I gotta
actually
look at that. I gotta
yeah, I
find that
actually
email.
just
I might
posted
have
about
overlooked.
that. If you look on the Meet the World Image Solutions, um,
There's a link to the article.
yes, if
Okay,
you
cool.
look
I'll
on
look on there.
Facebook as well as on LinkedIn, and I also put it on Amazon.
Okay,
Excuse me, not Amazon, Instagram.
Instagram.
Um,
Okay,
yes,
I'll look
they
at.
are cracking down on the number of books you can actually upload. I believe it's either per month or per year. on the number of books that you can upload. So, because there were so many AI books that
Right.
were being uploaded, and people were
Right.
uploading them so fast
And
that
then Barnes and Noble's like, okay, wait a minute. You might be able to upload it, but it's got to generate some money. So is it personal where we're printing it and making money, or are you driving traffic to our site? That's one of all the key things to this piece. In addition to the AI piece and working for us, let that be a work engine, not just a search engine. Let it be a work engine. Okay. But
Mhm.
the additional part is these platforms and the geo discovery that you have is going to be phenomenal, but authors have to realize that they must promote. They should be building a readership, they should be building a following. They
Yes.
still have to promote. I have good friends who are traditionally published and they still have to promote. I don't care what that traditionally published house engine is, they have a responsibility to publish, to promote as well, even if they are published. You know, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna speak the truth in love. The Bible says we cannot be divas. We cannot just, oh, here I am. It does not work like that.
Yes.
It has to be a two-way communication and a two-way street. We want that. We think that's wonderful. But I've often said, and Dr. Rhonda knows, I say it all the time, until Denzel Washington, until Taraji P. Henson, until the Debbie Allens and all the theater promoters and all the movie promoters and actresses and actors, until they have to stop promoting and they have millions of following and all, and when they stop, then we can stop. But until
Mhm.
they stop, we cannot stop. We have to double down. We cannot even just, we can't roll it out because
And
you
you
may
know,
not
that's the
have a
thing.
million
I think
followers.
that these authors, with their one or two books, forget that Denzel Washington, Terrence Howard, and all of these famous people are still promoting their movies. And if
Still.
they're out there promoting their movies, we need to be promoting our books.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Now, all these other engines, the geo discovery, search engine, SEO, as well as GEO, that's going to assist, but you still have to be driving. You have to be moving. You have to be doing something. You have to be saying something. You got to say hello,
Yeah.
hi, something. And I know authors, we love to be in. Y'all see my messy office. I don't mind nobody seeing it. I don't even blur out the background no more. It's just who I am. I have tea here. I have a microwave. I got a refrigerator. This is my whole world. And so most of y'all's worlds look like that too. Anyway, but
You see
it's
mine.
because but this is about the creative space and being responsible in the creative space. And a part of that, your responsibility is to want to meet new people, get in front of new people. We all want to just be create characters in our mind and stay in our writer's den, but it does not work like that. You could stay in there as long as you want to, but eventually you're going to have to talk to the outside world. It's crowded. The latest
Mm.
numbers, 11,000 books are uploaded every single day. Now that was December. We start hearing that number. I don't know what it is now. So I think that's part of that crackdown from Amazon and crackdown from Barnes and Noble that, AI is generating these books so fast. Hold on. We can't be flooded with things that, one, we may not even have a readership enough for. I don't care if
Right.
it's an ebook or audio book. That's a whole nother conversation in and of
Mhm.
itself. So I'm gonna shut
Oh,
up. You ask me something else.
no, here's the other thing that you have to think about too. Don't let AI replace you. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is, if your book is nothing but a how-to with no lived experience in it, then that means that I can find that same information for free by doing a Google search, or
Exactly.
doing a Chat GPT prompt. So that's how you're going to let AI replace you.
Yep.
So if you are letting AI write your book for you, then you're basically letting AI replace you, because what
Yeah.
AI can do is AI can spit out a bunch of facts, but AI cannot replace your lived experience. AI cannot replace what you have actually been through. AI cannot replace the experience that you have, whether it's your experience as an author, your experience as a soldier, your experience as a designer, whatever it is.
Exactly. Mother, father, sister, brother,
Exactly.
just as a family member. But
You
yeah,
can give me 10 ways to do such and such, 10 ways to build a house. But you can't give me that lived experience. You can't give me those intricacies.
yeah.
Or AI
Even the
can't
things
give me
that
those
went wrong, even the things that were bad, even the
right.
things, because that's a part of my podcast, Book Business Bar Part. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. What did not work and what did work. And if you don't have that life experience, you just have something telling you 10 things, yeah, no. It will not work. And of course, okay, so tonight, y'all, anybody who interviews me, I always tell them, let's have a conversation. We can talk about
Mhm.
writing. We can talk about promotion. We can talk about publishing. We can talk about business. We can talk about being a woman. We can talk about being a Black woman. I can talk about a multiplicity of things because I've actually lived it. And when you talk about my book, what was the motivation? And I'll look at you with big eyes like I don't know. And I don't have a why, and I don't have a audience, and I don't have a need. That gets to be a problem. Yeah, I agree, Mark. It cannot replicate the human experience. You're absolutely right. It can help alongside, be a partner to help better inform the human experience, but we
Right.
still are gonna still need human connection. Like, I'm
Mhm.
not getting ready to hug AI. When I see Dr. Rhonda the next time, whenever that is, I'm gonna hug her. I'm not gonna ready to. And our relationship is built on the times we've been in each other's presence, what we've learned from each other. So we still have to have people. I mean, we love to just be in an island, send out an email, sell 10,000 books and think it's going to work, but it's not going to necessarily work that way. I'm sorry. I mean, you may sell 100, may sell 1,000, you can sell 10, but
Right.
it's the point of people want to get to know you. Remember, money's tight right now. Maybe
Absolutely.
your money's flowing like water, but everybody else's money is a little bit different. So I got to know who you are and who am I hitting the Cash App, clicking the buy button, credit card, whatever I'm using that I'm investing. It is an investment still. It
Right.
is an investment as you.
And we've got to we as authors have to respect readers in that way, because yeah, it's nice to say I want to sell 30 books today, but we've got to respect the 30 people who are going to buy those books.
Absolutely.
So if
Absolutely.
you want 30 people to buy those books, then that means that we've got to respect the fact that they are going to pull that money out of their purse. We've
Yep.
got to respect that they're going to pull that card out of their purse or pull out their
Absolutely.
phone and pull up their Cash App or their Venmo or what have you. What
Yep.
is going to inspire them to turn over their hard-earned cash to
Yes.
give to you? And if
Yeah.
all you're going to give them back is what is from what they're calling now AI slop, that you don't even know what's in it because you didn't
Right.
even
You didn't read it.
read it.
You didn't read it. You don't know you don't
Right.
even know
That
what's
is a
there. Yeah.
disrespect to that person.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, even if you write memoirs, and this is, I know we've talked about this before, Dr.
Mhm.
Rhonda, if you write a memoir, and your life story has been incredible and it should be read by someone else and it could help someone else, but it's got to make sure it does help someone else and you're thinking about that other person. So you're either trying to help somebody get out of a situation or somebody not get in a situation. So that should be some steps, red flags, big red flags, green flags, whatever the flag's color is, it needs to be waved to really assist someone
Right.
else. Bottom line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark, there is an issue. So go back and look at your emails, and we'll find the articles again on Dr. Rhonda's site so that we can educate ourselves of what those limitations are, because they do send out those emails. Sometimes they get in my spam and I'm like, I'll get back to it later. But when the Barnes and Noble thing came out, just 100 books, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. I mean, I was like, oh wow, okay. So I have to look at my accounts. I have to warn authors. And thank you so much for this opportunity to have this conversation. It's phenomenal. Thank you.
Oh, I'm enjoying this conversation. But you know, every time we talk with each other, we kind of geek out over this stuff.
Yeah, sorry. It is what it is. So,
Sorry, not sorry.
yeah, yeah, sorry, not sorry. It's my husband's fun. Stop saying sorry. I was like, sorry, not sorry. But the AI conversation is a big one. But I think we need to make sure that we go back to the basics. We need to make sure that you remember your why. I always tell people, keep your why handy. Why did you write it? Who is it for? Who are you thinking about? Who you wrote it for? And be always looking for that person. Now, don't be surprised if somebody new, you know, I have a friend who talks about, you know, having an audience avatar and what they eat, sleep, drink, wear, whatever. But there are sometimes it surprises me who
Mm,
reads what. So I always kind of leave a opening for mine. You know, I have a general idea of women, 40 and above, whatever. But then the younger generation slides in and needs that help in the 20s. So I always leave a caveat open, but return to the basics. I don't care if you haven't written anything yet. It's just an idea rolling around your head, or you've written 10, or like me, 150 books. You've got to always be thinking about your audience, where you're going, who you could possibly meet. Um, as a retired librarian, I still have a curator spirit in me, meaning I'm always looking at my catalog to see what I have available to meet the need of somebody that, I mean, I have lived a life of how can I help you? That's the way I start every discovery call.
love that.
And ever since
Love that.
I started in libraries when I was a junior in college, and it's always been how can I help you? So I just keep that, and I guess I'll keep that till Jesus takes me home. But but making sure that you're going back to the basics, you know, and making sure that you're showing up in those places. Now, social media and AI and all that, ooh, we love it, but there still is sometimes where you have to get out of the house, put clothes on, and get in your car and go to a
Yeah.
in-person event and actually look at people
Now, what I
on the
call it putting on real pants, because I'm good for keeping my pajama pants on or my.
I know. I love it too. I love it too. But there's sometimes you're gonna have to actually, you know, get in the room where it happens. You're gonna have to actually be there. You look at your budget, look what makes sense. Start local.
Mhm.
I encourage you to start local. Who's in your area? You know, and then branch out to regional, and then think about coming to a national event. But otherwise, you're gonna have to eventually get in rooms where it happens, or get in groups online, or you could do a lot of that. And I know a lot of people like, I don't want to, you know, and I always have to drag my friends out of the house. No, come on, meet me over here. Come on, get here. Let's go over here. Because that human connection, that human context does make a difference. And
Well,
people,
um,
once they meet you, it makes a
another
difference.
thing, if you can't afford um, a book festival, because some book festivals can be a little bit pricey,
Ooh, what you
uh,
said?
but I would recommend, first of all, getting on Threads. I went on Threads and found a free book festival. It didn't cost anything. And
Yep.
I went out there. It was a neighborhood. It was in a city that I've never signed in before. There weren't a whole lot of readers who looked like me, but I was able to sell some books to
Yeah.
a readership.
Yeah.
Um, so, but I would not have been able to find that had I not been tapped into the readership on Threads.
Yeah.
So,
That's a whole nother world over there.
yeah,
Mhm. It's a whole nother
exactly.
world. So you
So
have to
tap
be on
into
constant
the
looking
bookish
outlook.
community.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Go
Another
ahead. I'm
thing
sorry.
is just don't just look at book events. There might be some local vendor events. I'm a part of a vendor community. Um, they're always looking for different types of vendors. Like they might be looking for shea butter vendors, or they might be looking for clothing vendors. And sometimes I'll message them like, "Hey, you looking for any authors?" And sometimes their tables are only like $30, $35,
Yes. Yeah.
$50. And they might say $20 and bring your own table. If you look at
Right.
my garage right now, I have a card table and chairs sitting in the garage. If I
Hmm.
need to go do a quick book signing, I can grab that table and chairs at any time. I have
Absolutely.
a banner sitting in the garage as well. I can do a book signing at any time.
Absolutely.
So, in fact, when I did that free event, I had a table, I had a chair, I had I didn't bring my big banner out because I wasn't sure what the setup was going to be like. But I
Right.
had a few books, and I had a tablecloth, and I was able to make my little setup, not my full setup because my full
Right.
setup's too big. Julia see my full setup.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something. That's something. That's something to see. That's ooh, and
Yeah,
all the technology and all the equipment that goes with it. That's
yeah.
but it's
I didn't do all
getting
that.
outside. Yeah, it's the getting
But see, but
outside.
that
It
goes to
is.
show you can have different setups for different events.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Like the tents that I do, the 10 by 10, I have a tent. I have three
Mhm.
tables. I got chairs. I got the whole nine yard. I got the weights because you need those. And, so I've, that whole setup, you got to be ready. And sometimes it's great to, with the last one I was the book in the middle, but I had food on each side. So, that was profitable for me because people was eating, but they looking at my stuff too as well. And
Mhm.
so, the book only events are really good as far as um, learning, especially if they have a lot of training like National Black Book Festival, if you're able to go there, financially able to get there in Houston, you learn a lot.
Yeah,
Learn a lot just being in that room. But sometimes you can't get on a plane and get there. But there are some the farmers markets, they're
yeah.
good.
Farmers
The
markets are
crowd,
great.
yeah, that
Wine festivals.
I'm doing
Think
a
about
high
what the
school.
book is about.
Have you done like high school stuff? They do craft fairs and stuff like
Okay,
that.
wait now. Oh yeah, what is your book about now? If you got that little Uchi Coochie book, don't be going to
Well,
no.
no, no, no. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I got I got kids. I got kids. Yeah, Dr. Rhonda, you're right. Mark, you're right. She does stay ready. I'll stay ready too. I was like, I got like 3 tents. I got a double tent, 20
Yeah,
by 10. Oh, girl, baby, don't play with me. I can do it outside, inside, what we got.
exactly. If you tell look,
But it's the investment in it too. It's the
Julia,
okay.
one day, I had just gotten back to town. I forgot what I had gone somewhere, and I had just gotten back to town, and I was checking my email, and I got an email saying we're looking forward to seeing you at such and such festival in the morning. I was like, what? I had totally forgotten about this event I had signed up for, and it was a good thing. If
Good
you stay
thing.
ready, you don't have to get ready.
Come on through. Come on through.
The next morning, I pulled up the whole set.
Throw it in the back of the car. People talking about, I told them I'm the master P of books, baby. Don't play with me. I got books with me at all times. I got my table, my chairs, my signage. Come on now. We serious about what we do. How you think Master P did what he did? Come on,
You
he was serious about it. Good, bad,
you
or
right.
ugly. You agree or you don't. He was ready on his grind. You gotta be on your grind too. And you cannot one of the things I always encourage authors about, you can't eat up your seed, baby. That's
Yeah,
the reason why you gotta have 10 to 20 books with you at all times. So if you get down to 5, you need to order 5 more,
yeah,
10 more, because you just never know what'll actually happen. And you will get that email. You're like, oh man, I ain't got no inventory, man, whatever.
yeah.
And so you gotta
Mhm.
stay ready so
And
you don't have
I'll
to
tell you,
actually
that
get ready.
happened to me just this year because, I did the Black History Month Literary Weekend in
Yes.
New Orleans, and we drove to New Orleans. So I took almost everything to New Orleans with me, but Dedrick and I flew back.
All right.
So I couldn't take everything back with me. So a lot of my books and a lot of my banners and everything I had to leave in New Orleans. So when my event came up um, here, the first part of April, most of my stuff was in New Orleans. And so when I got ready to pack up the night before, I was like, you know what? All my stuff is in New Orleans.
Hmm.
However, I still had a box of books here. I had my table and my chair in the car in the
Yeah,
garage.
you ready to go?
I was able to put together a setup.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. That's just, that's just one setup. We got satellite setups. We got satellite. So it all depends on how serious you are, how, it just, that goes back to when you have that discovery call with Dr. Rhonda, having a vision for where you want to go. Now you can't, I didn't have that when I started with year one.
yeah.
I didn't have all of that, but almost year 19. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because we have made profit on our books, made profit at events, and then we reinvest back into what we have. Not only just inventory, but I do need a good stand. I can't use that one. I need a good banner. I need good covers. I had covers for a while, but they got tore up. They were flimsy.
Mhm.
It's
It's
over
about
time.
investing in yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh,
I, Mark, congratulations. He said upon the success of the Conyers Book Festival, a book festival in Pennsylvania, upon the recommendation of another author, invited him to their fair in September.
yeah, I think I saw that. Well, I have authors in Pennsylvania, so I was sharing one of those. So yeah, congratulations to you. That's another thing that happens too as well. Finding
Hmm.
out where the next events are, and then another thing too is when you follow and when you follow other authors, you gotta, if you're really serious about what you do, you're gonna be immersed in that. Lawyers hang out with other lawyers, engineers, because you're wanting to get better. Iron sharpeneth iron. You're wanting to get better at what you do. And when you find somebody who's serious about what they do, you start following them and you see where they're going to be, see where there are events out there. I see people all the time who post, "Oh, where are the events?" I was like, I want to say sometimes, are you putting that out there with your eyes closed? You didn't go to the events tab and look and search? Are you looking for more? They didn't indicate that part. But sometimes some people get that little lazy spirit. Praise the
Yeah,
Lord. I'm
they
gonna be
would rather
praying that off of you.
they treat Facebook like they're Google. Instead
Yes.
of looking for it themselves, they would
Yes.
rather just ask the question and have a bunch of people just send them.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm like, sometimes that's a little lazy spirit, unless you're looking for something that you really don't have an understanding or a connection with, or all those kinds of things. Yeah, sometimes I do that, but most of the time I'm usually on the hunt, and sometimes I'm inboxing people. What do you think about this? Have you ever been over there? This is in your neck of the woods. This is in your area, and making those networking connections. Facebook is a business networking thing for
Yes,
me. I don't use it just to rant, and if it's mess, I'm rolling. I'm
I know
scrolling.
that's
We
right.
doing business over there.
I know that's right.
That's
Well,
what we
and I
doing.
think that's the way we have to treat all of them. I heard a lady say today that LinkedIn is like a huge networking event, and I think often we treat LinkedIn like we jump in there. It's like, hey, buy my stuff, or hey, do this, or hey, join my network. But we don't always go in and just say hello. My name is. I'd like to
Yes,
get to know
yes.
you. And you wouldn't walk up to a human being and say, hey, buy my stuff. Hey, join my
No.
network. You would
Yeah.
say, hello, how are you? My name is. And
Right.
we should do that with anything.
Right.
This is the way we treat people on Facebook. You know, I've had people slide into my inbox, and instead of saying hello, they're sending me the promo to their
Oh yeah.
book or to
Oh yeah.
their event. I'm like, can you at least say hi, how you doing first?
Well, and then it also has to make sense. Like
Right.
I realize that they may have the old bot too as well that just says send it to everybody on this list, or send it to the people who qualify with these qualifications, and they don't even know what they do. I was like, okay, that's a automated generated bot. And so I'm
Hmm.
blocking you and I'm deleting you. I'm blocking you
Right.
because you're not even understanding it's going to. Even though I meet those qualifications, I'm not interested in that, and you don't even know what business I am in and what I do. So yeah, LinkedIn is a great networking, but it's got to make sense, and you got to make sure that you're making sense, and you needed to be doing those. Congratulations on your work anniversary, and happy new year, and all the major holidays, and Merry Christmas to you, and be blessed in all you do and all those good things, because
Right.
it's still relational, even though it's in the digital, online, and virtual space. It needs to still be relational before you say, buy my book, come to my event, here we go.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe we see how it happens when we start talking. See how
I know. I was like, "Ooh," I'm looking at that time. I'm going, "What the world?" I told you. I said, "Let's just talk." Huh? I was like, don't. I'm praying for the other person who was supposed to be on. I always hate it when people have emergencies, and we'll be thinking of good thoughts and healthy,
yeah.
happy recovery and all that good stuff. But I'm like, I got you. Come on, let's just have a conversation. We can do it. Any other questions? I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not the host.
That's okay. That's
I was like,
okay.
"Oh, I'm sorry."
Well, there was a question at the beginning of the show, and I'm not even sure we really answered her question. She wanted to know
Oh,
how she could have she said, how can I make my own book? But I think she wants to know how she can write her own book.
how do you make your own book? Oh, okay. So, is it a children's book? Because I'm looking at the profile picture, and
Yeah,
are
I
you
can't
writing
really
a
tell.
children's book?
It's very close to the
Right. So, is it a children's book? Just put in yes or no.
I don't know if she's
Or
still
is it
on.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there are multiplicity of writing suggestions. I have tons of, just go to JuliaAKRoyston.com. I have a checklist. I have how to get started and all that, free downloads for thank you, how to get started, and free downloads for those things, and to really affirmations and stuff to encourage writers. And of course, I have full store for that. So just go to JuliaAKRoyston.com, and all my stores and everything is there, and to help you definitely get started. But my other thing is just write it down, because we can't edit something that we haven't had written yet. We can't package something that hasn't been written. Now we can help you with that. We can give you, ideas and starting points and all that. We can help you get going as far as that's concerned. But you need to just start writing. The book doesn't happen just overnight. I know that Dr. Rhonda writes fiction, nonfiction, and I do pretty much most of the genres. And the idea comes. I'm a big outliner, so if it's a longer nonfiction, etc., yes, and AI can't provide exactly. So I'm all about the, if you do not have an idea, sometimes some people don't even, they're not tapping into their experience and their expertise. You need to do that.
Right.
What do you do? What have you done? What have you experienced? What do you have a intimate connection with? Is it education? Is it training? Is it teaching? Are you in ministry? You're nonprofit? Even if you're a volunteer for the Humane Society with animals or whatever that is that you're passionate about, and that you would know facts and figures, and if you woke up in the middle of the night, you could start talking about those kinds of things that people, and of course your own personal experience. So those are the big tips that I would suggest. But until I would know a genre, I can't point you in a direction of where to go. But hopefully you'll look at the replay and know that there are materials out there, and just all depends on which direction you want to go, whether it's an adult nonfiction, fiction, children's, poetry, sci-fi or urban fiction, whatever that looks like. Start writing. Just start writing.
Right. And write what's in your heart. Don't try to write what you think is popular at the time.
Exactly.
I think that's what a lot of people make the mistake of doing is they try to write what they think is popular, what's going to make them some money very quickly.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not going to come across as authentic. And readers will smell inauthenticity a mile away.
Right. And
And you've
right.
got to write what's actually in your heart and what you're comfortable writing.
Absolutely. And remember, it's intellectual property. So back in the day in 1984, I worked for law firms. And so my first librarian jobs for 10 years was with law firms. And there was a whole book collection and a whole department in this law firm for intellectual property. Now, I didn't understand fully because I hadn't written my first book. But the last thing that I really want to hone into is realizing that this intellectual property, and it should be a part of your estate planning. It should be a part of your trusts. I had clients pass away, and I had emphasized that. So I'm like, this is one of my soapboxes that I'm on big time, of making sure that it's a part of your will, a part of your estate, and trust planning, and a part of your trust, so that the next generation can continue as long as the book is in print. That is, the attorneys tell me, that's money. And so therefore they can generate an income from your book even after you passed on. So it's like anything else: stocks, bonds, house, car, cash. That book is the same way, on the same level. So therefore, protecting your intellectual property, and then having your intellectual property willed or entrusted to someone, is really important too as well. So
This
I know we don't think about intellectual property like that, but
no,
it's a real thing.
this is a great transition into why I support the creators' rights movement. For those of you who don't know, I have been supporting the creators' rights movement, and we have been advocating to have the laws, the copyright laws, updated to perpetual copyright because of exactly what Julia was just talking about. We're able to pass down property, but we're not always able to pass down intellectual property,
Yes,
or intellectual property rights. So what happens? Yes, we go ahead and we have our copyright. We apply for our copyright, but then 70 years after we pass,
it's
that,
done.
yeah, that goes into the public domain, and
Public domain.
anybody,
Yeah.
yeah, anybody can benefit from it.
Yes.
But we want our if we want our families to benefit from our hard work, if we want our families to be able to benefit from that book that may still be making money, or that book that somebody finds years later and turns into a movie or a play or what have you, your family should be able to benefit from that.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
is why we are advocating to have the copyright laws changed. So if you go to creatorsrightsmovement.com and click the big red button where you can sign the petition, we're asking creators, all creators, not just authors, but all creators and all supporters of creators, to please sign that petition so we can change these copyright laws. And then also, we are doing a copyright workshop on Thursday, the 30th. And so, if you want to learn more about copyright, how it works, and if you would like to understand some of the myths associated with copyright, some people think, oh, my book is published, I'm not going to be able to get it copyrighted. And that's not true. You can still
No.
get your book copyrighted.
Right.
There may be some provisions to it, but you can still get your book copyrighted.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we're going to be talking about that as well. So please, this is a free workshop that's taking place on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we want you to take part in that as well. If Daniel, if you could put that link up as well, so people can click the link and sign up for the copyright workshop. It should be coming up shortly. There it is. Go ahead, click the link, sign up for the copyright workshop. Like I said, this is a free workshop. So you can learn more about how copyright works and how you can get your work copyrighted as well. And this is not just for books. This is for music. This is for art. This is for photos. This is for, what did I not mention?
Software.
Thank you. Software. Yes. Like for instance, I was just talking about my GEO discovery. I'm going to be getting that copyrighted. So that is because that is proprietary. So
Yeah.
all of this is something that you can have copyrighted because this is your
Absolutely.
intellectual property. So
Absolutely.
don't fall short on that. Get
Yeah. Don't
work
do it.
protected.
Yeah. And have the certificates come and make sure that it's to the house that's gonna be there. I've had the clients had all kinds of stuff. I said, send the certificate to your mama house. How about that? Since you in transition. Since you're in transition, send it to your mama's house. But that protection, we know all the horror stories. We know all the things that have happened in the past with copyright and music and other people benefiting from your writings, and this one got part of it, and this one, yeah, yeah, because I write music too as well. Most of you don't know, so I've written probably about 45 songs, and so therefore, yeah, I have to
Dang,
be in that
you do
space
it all,
too.
girl.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I've licensed out a couple of them, and uh, done some things on that level. So I don't do much singing, not much, but the music is still out there because there are a lot of people who don't write and who don't write music. They're wonderful, phenomenal singers and artists, but they don't write. So it's
Mm,
out there and available. Yay!
awesome. Well, we have come to the end of the show.
I
So
know.
so is there any final word that you would like to leave the audience with? And then tell us how we can find you if we want to connect with you.
Well, first off, I want to remind Dr. Rhonda to put it on her calendar, July 14th. We are doing a Christmas in July special. Some Christmas fiction is not necessarily highlighted as it should, and I'm trying an experiment, and I'm really going to be an all out promotion. Uncle Google tells us that people really start looking to buy Christmas in July, that while they're on the beach and while they're sitting by the pool. That's when they start doing searches for their Christmas presents. So I'm gonna try and help. I'm not gonna try, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna meet. So tune in July 14th. Dr. Rhonda and I, and I'll have a couple other authors on, and we'll be talking about our fiction, and especially holiday themed fiction. I also have a Christmas song that I wrote too as well. So we'll be talking about Christmas in July on July 14th. Go to JuliaAKRoyston.com. That was first quarter of 2026 as rebuilding all from scratch. You see my
Wow.
eyes? From scratch. My two publishing company sites, my two online stores, my Julia AK Royston, as well as Royston Training Academy. So everything kind of goes through the JuliaAKRoyston.com. But that was 6 websites. I got 2 more to go. And so it's find out all that I'm doing, classes I'm offering, and all that good stuff. But definitely mark your calendar for July 14th. And so Dr. Rhonda and I'll be back on here having a conversation about holiday themed um, fiction and what that's like to write that, what that is like to write that, the marketing and promotion that's a little bit different for that fiction rather than, just mainstream fiction that's usually year round.
Mhm.
And but it doesn't matter. People buy what they want to buy whenever they want to buy it. But there's a marketing and promotional timeline that needs to happen. So mark your calendar for July 14th.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you so very, 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 very much. Always a pleasure to talk with you.
Always, always, always. Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and we will talk again soon.
Absolutely, absolutely,
All right.
absolutely. Be
You have,
blessed.
you have a great night. And everybody, thank you so much. If you didn't get anything out of tonight, you must not have been listening. This was a phenomenal conversation. So I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions about anything that you heard tonight, just reach out to Meet the World Image Solutions. If you don't remember how to get in touch with Julia Royston and you would like to, just reach out to me and I will get you connected. If you want more information about GEO Discovery, you can reach out to me. But until then, I will see you next week for another episode of the Horizons Author Lounge, and I will see you tomorrow night for a new episode of Black Authors Matter TV. Until then, love you guys. Thanks once again. Have a wonderful evening and a great week.